Teofimo Lopez versus Boots Ennis. This is a fight that's been proposed by Bob Arum. Apparently, there is some talks behind the scenes. My take on it is this. I think Boots Ennis has made a mistake remaining at 147 pounds. I don't know whether this is his own decision or whether he's been persuaded by somebody else, maybe his dad. I don't think it was Eddie Hearn, because Eddie Hearn seemed keen on the Virgil Ortiz fight. So presumably somebody else in Ennis's team, or maybe just Ennis himself, has decided, nah, I don't want that smoke with Ortiz at 154. Let me stay here at 147 and try and unify. Again, I think it's a mistake. I think he's absolutely dead at the weight. This is a guy who turned pro, I think, when he was 19, and he was 147 pounds then. Now he's like 27, 28. He's still 147 pounds, and he's massive. This guy should have moved up probably 18 months ago at the absolute max. People, and I'm talking about the majority, were criticizing his performance in his last fight, but I thought he looked bad even against David Avanesian, the fight before that. I was one of the few people who thought that that was a poor performance against Avanesian. Yeah, he managed to get him out of there. So if you look at it on paper, you think, well, that's a decent result. But Avanesian took the fight on short notice. And as I say, if you watch that fight, Boots looked sluggish. Instead of getting Avanesian on the end of his punches, he was up close slugging. Boots never used to fight like that. Boots used to get proper extension on his shots. He used to use his legs a lot, because now you've got people saying that Boots has got slow feet like Adrian Broner. Well, he never used to. He used to have quick feet. You go back and look at him 2 years ago, zipping around the ring. But yeah, he looks very sluggish now. His hand speed is slower. His foot speed is slower. He just doesn't have the energy to fight the way that he used to fight. It's because he's tight at the weight. And I saw Ade actually say something which I hadn't previously considered, and that is the fact that since Boots has become IBF welterweight champion, he now has to adhere to the rehydration stipulation. IBF championship fights only allow you to rehydrate, I think it's 10 pounds over the weight limit on the morning of the fight. So yeah, this guy's already dead at the weight, even if he didn't have that stipulation in place. But with it in place, it's absolutely killing him, as far as I can tell anyway. And I think he should have moved up after the Avanesian fight. The fact that he's decided not to, I think there is a good chance he gets beaten by somebody who most people don't expect him to lose to. I'm not predicting it's going to happen, but I think there's an increasingly high probability. And you know what? Teofimo Lopez might be the guy to do it. Yes, he's a much smaller man, but Lopez at 147 is going to be full of energy. He's going to be fast. And I could see him giving Boots all sorts of problems. I know we've seen Teofimo Lopez have trouble with southpaws in the past, particularly Sandor Martin. But again, Sandor Martin was hydrated. Sandor Martin had his legs, he could move. In Ennis's past couple fights, he's just standing right there in the pocket. He doesn't seem to have any energy in his legs. He can't get extension in his punches anymore. He's standing right there with you trading. He's taking loads of shots. No wonder Teofimo Lopez wants to fight him. He must have looked at Ennis's last fight and thought, he's food. This guy's dead at the weight. He's food. Let me go fight him. And I'm glad that Teofimo Lopez is looking for smoke these days, because he was one of the biggest divas in boxing for a minute there. But now he's looking for Ryan Garcia, calling out Terrence Crawford. Now he's calling out Boots Ennis. Hopefully he's sincere, because some people kind of got onto me when I spoke about Teofimo Lopez last time, and they said, oh, come on, Hatman. He's not serious about fighting those guys. He's just clout chasing. Well, we'll see if the Boots Ennis fight comes off. And, just thinking about it right now, my provisional pick might be Teofimo Lopez to beat Boots Ennis. Yeah, I think it's a bad idea, him sticking around at 147. If the fight gets signed, maybe picking Teofimo Lopez to win. What do you guys think? Who would you be picking?